Good evening and welcome to this Pool B clash between the United States and South Africa in the women's over 55 category. Starting lineup for the United States: Anna Setzer, Siegel, Koto, Smith, Capanera, Gulija, Etienne, Mina, Folope, Frick, Wakawik, Wynn, Vetter, Kiesling. For South Africa: Zermetten, Hobben, Loftus, Swalst, Damaso, Jordan, Briggs, Ryan, Gates, Jenkinson, Abbott, D'Souza. This is setting up to be a cracker here this evening as the sun starts to set at the beautiful Western Province Cricket Club. South Africa in the traditional white, green and gold, playing from left to right on your screens. United States in the blue, playing from right to left. Early error from South Africa gives the United States possession early up in the South African half. Number 3 now, Kelly sets on the ball for the United States. And she looks to find a ball into the midfield. Well picked up by the South Africans as they now counter through the captain. Unfortunately, just dispossessed there. South Africa coming away with the midfield scrap. Big hit, but well picked up by LaRue. As United States now looking dangerous through the middle. Ball comes into the first entry. Unfortunately, Michelle Hobben couldn't get on the end of that one, and that will roll over the baseline for a 16. South Africa are currently lying third in the pool, with United States lying fifth. Yesterday, both teams coming away with a win. South Africa beating Argentina 5-0 and United States beating Chile 1-0. As we near playoff times now, every game becomes a must-win situation for the teams. South Africa with a nice transfer around the back, put under lots of pressure from the United States forwards, but they do manage to come away with it. Unfortunately, Ryan just couldn't get a hold of that one, and it will be a United States hit on the sideline. Now, United States looking for a through ball, but well stopped by the South Africans. It will be a free hit to the United States once again. As now the South Africans look to outlet. Ball comes into the D. Well picked up by the number 2 of Tony Arnott. Can she get anything? She finds the keeper. It will be a long corner. South Africans won't be too happy with that passage of play. Firing a very speculative ball into the D. And as we say that now, United States once again coming into the D. And a short corner is awarded to the United States. The first one of the game. The United States will be looking to open their scoring account here. Let's see what they have from the top of the D. Two Castles goes to the number 25, the captain, affectionately known as Wacko. Well saved by the keeper as South Africa do come away with it up the left-hand side. A nice hit comes through there to the captain of Debbie Gates. As now she looking up the left-hand side. Can she find a connecting pass? Unfortunately, that one just running ahead of the right wing for South Africa. United States will come away with a hit on the sideline. Much better passage of play here from the South Africans as they're looking to find that space on the other side of the field. Wacker now on the ball. Sends it round to her centre backs. Great bit of play here from the United States as they counter now up the right hand side. Big hit comes in. A skill that we've seen a lot of over the past couple of days in the tournament is the hit. It's been very effective, and definitely the youngsters of today can learn something from it. Sometimes a slap being the preferred option at the moment, but it does take a lot of time to get the ball away, and especially if you're running down the left hand side, a slap off the right foot can be a very difficult skill to implement, and a nice little hit seems to do the trick. But now South Africa just being dispossessed, and the top D, United States come away with it. Seems as if the number 12 for the United States, Galija, was feeling a bit of an injury there, but now South Africa down in the corner, looking for something. They get a ball through, and it will be a short corner to the South Africans. Well appreciated from the crowd here at Western Province Cricket Club. Stands are filling up nicely. We see you on the live stream as well, so please drop us a comment. Let us know who you're supporting, where from. It's nice to see everyone coming out to support their teams, friends and family. South Africa now with a chance to open the scoring from the top, setting up with two castles as we've seen throughout the competition. Goes to the first castle. Straight poke comes in. Unfortunately, just misses the upright there. And that will be a 16 to the United States. A great passage of play from the South Africans as they getting their first look at goals. Once again, the big hit comes through for the United States. Well picked up by Galija in the middle. Unfortunately, the number 3 of Setzer just couldn't get on top of that one. Debbie Gates on the ball, the captain. Can she find someone? She does find the T-point entry for South Africa. Lots of options across the face of the goal. What a save from the keeper. Unfortunately, just puts it onto her defender's foot, and it will be the second short corner for South Africa. That's a great bit of skill from the South Africans as they drive along the baseline, looking for the 45 pass. Possibly could have had a bit of air on it, but a great save from the United States keeper, lengthening her stick, just giving her some more reach, and well picked up by her. As now we have South Africa once again from the top of the D. Slip left, it does fall the way of South Africa. Straight shot comes in, and a stroke is awarded. The South African player just possibly lifting the ball. Is that what the United States are looking for? They're saying that the ball is possibly lifted off the first shot, but the United States player being the last line of defense there and it hitting her foot will award the South Africans with a stroke. It looks like the number 7 of Gillian Briggs stepping up to take the penalty stroke. Kiesling doesn't get there, and a great goal from Gillian Briggs to open the scoring here in Cape Town, where South Africa take the lead over the United States by 1. Now the United States coming down the right-hand side. Can they find a quick answer to the South African goal? Unfortunately, that one just being lifted. As South Africa looking to play it quickly now through the captain Gates. Picked up by DeMarco as they now counter down the midfield. Unfortunately, that pass just going wide. Umpire just bringing the play back for the bad tackle. We've seen the number 23 of the United States in Kathy Frick in the previous games operating the midfield. She's definitely a player to watch. As now the United States down the right hand side. Find that danger player, Frick. On the ball. Lovely bit of skill there, finding her pass down the right hand side. United States flooding numbers into the D, but unfortunately just getting dispossessed there, and South Africa do come away with the free hit. Slight Achilles heel for the United States there, as they were flooding numbers into the D, but unfortunately left the ball carrier a bit isolated. You'd like to see a few more players going towards the ball, giving them few more passing options, as now the captain of Debbie Gates finds the number 17 of Baker down the right hand side, looking for the cross ball, does come in. Still with South Africa. LaRue on the ball. Finds Baker. Wacko, finding Wacko's foot there. All the South Africans, it will give them a free hit in the 23. Lovely bit of skill shown from Carol Galija there from the United States, winning that ball, but unfortunately getting dispossessed in the midfield. Now LaRue. Ball comes into the D. Falls kindly for the United States, as they still in a bit of trouble here. Dispossessed once again. Now South Africa on the charge through the middle of the D. Ball comes in. Well swept up by the United States captain there in Wacko, as she clears for the lines. Great bit of defensive work from the United States here, just keeping the South Africans in the corner there. They're forcing this big hit into the D, which we'll probably see fairly soon, as there it is. Unfortunately not executed too well, and they do win the free hit. That is great passage of play for the United States. Can they find some space now up the left hand side? Unfortunately that one just running away from the number 2 of Honor. Always a hamstring killer, that, when you just can't get to the ball. My commentators from earlier the week have described it as the pitch being a bit downhill as it runs away from you. But now the United States once again with the hits on the line. Great transfer there from the United States as they win the free hit. Getting a bit of scrap now down the right hand side. It's dispossessed by South Africa as they now look to transfer the ball. Frick once again making the tackle. South Africa come away with that from a stick tackle. United States doing well to just cut the field in half here, attempting to keep the South Africans down one channel, not allowing them to transfer the ball. Great positional play from Caponera there, and forces the big hit. It will be a 16 to the South Africans. Now South Africa down the left hand side, winning the free hit. Players potentially not being fired. It is so. Umpires just making sure that the players know that, and it seems to be a card for the United States player for not being fired and continuing to impact play. It will be a 2-minute suspension for the United States. It looks to be the danger player of Frick, as she gets a 2-minute suspension. Now South Africa come away with it once more. No numbers high for South Africa. They're forced to go around the back. Now South Africa down the right-hand side. Links up with Abbott. Two Gates down the right-hand side. Ball comes into Abbott. Keeper's rushed. And a stroke is awarded for the tackle on the South African there from the keeper. Just completely taking her out. Not getting any ball. And a stroke is awarded and a yellow card. You don't see that often. But it will be a stroke and a yellow card for the keeper of Maria Kiesling. She's not too happy with that call. We wonder now if the United States have a backup keeper. They are allowed to make the sub. It doesn't look as if they have got one, so it will just be a field player inside the box with a mask on. Just a slight delay here as the United States just working on logistics of how to take the stroke without a goalkeeper. It will be the captain of Waco who's standing in the goals with a mask on. And once again, Gillian Briggs lining up. Briggs neatly puts it in the corner, and that will be the second goal for the South Africans as they lead with just under 4 minutes left in this first quarter. United States now with the pushback. That call of the stroke and the 5-minute yellow you don't see very often, as a stroke is already a very harsh blow on a team, but to also penalize the goalkeeper with a yellow card, that is extremely harsh. And I don't think the United States coaching staff and players are too happy with that call, but sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And let's see what they can do now to bring it back. They've shown a great bit of dominance in the first part of the quarter, but South Africa definitely bringing it back now towards the end as momentum is heavily in their favor. The ball comes in. It takes a deflection off a South African stick. It will be a 16. South Africa now, without the goalkeeper for the United States, will be looking to try and just post a forward up there, surely. And any ball through is almost a guaranteed goal, as you just need to get it on target. As we say that now, the United States transferring the ball around the back, finding the foot of the left wing of South Africa. Big hit comes into the middle, well picked up by South Africa as they now come through with the ball. Leroux fires one in, well picked up by Setzer as she comes now down the left-hand side. Before she just dispossessed there. Great bit of defensive work from Loftus as she channels the United States player all the way outside. Unfortunately, that one will also run through the baseline, and it will be a 16 to the United States. They'll be looking to slow the game down now, just wind down their cards that they've got. The keeper will serve about 2 minutes in the second quarter on the Sinbin chair before she is allowed back onto the field. A bit of miscommunication from the United States defenders as now South Africa with the ball on the sideline with a minute and 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll be looking to find something out here. Ball gets played into the circle, falls kindly for South Africa all the way on the left-hand side. They will get the free hit. Ball comes in for South Africa. Well picked up by Frick. And she's back on the park now. United States coming down the right-hand side. Looking for that inside ball. They do find it. Unfortunately, just couldn't get trapped by the number 5 of Siegel. It's a nice skill implemented there from the United States. Finding the inside ball. It's what the coach would be looking for, but unfortunately just couldn't trap that one, as now the South Africans come down the right-hand side. Missed trap there by LaRue. United States with the ball through setter. Aerial ball through. Falls kindly for the South Africans as they come away with it in the corner. With 16 seconds, they'll be looking to just wind the clock down here in the bottom corner, which is exactly what we see happening. The goal scorer, Briggs, now on the ball. And that brings us to an end of a great first quarter of hockey between the South Africans and the United States. The home side taking the lead by 2 through 2 penalty strokes scored by Jillian Briggs. United States just being a bit harshly penalized there, with the keeper getting a yellow card. Let's see what the United States can do to bring it back in the second quarter. Stay tuned after the break. The United States come down the left-hand side, unfortunately dispossessed. South Africa once again in possession now through Loftus. Finds Briggs. Good composure shown here from the South Africans as they look to just move the ball, not rush the time that they've got up without a keeper. Committing plenty players into the D, possibly looking for a direct ball in. And that will be the end of the goalkeeper Kiesling's 5-minute suspension as she trots back onto the field. South Africa will be disappointed to only have converted the initial penalty stroke from that 5-minute period. They had most of the possession, just couldn't get the ball inside the D. Now, through D'Souza, harsh blow from the umpire. Just making sure that the number 5 of Siegel knows that the umpire is watching for those tackles. Siegel now, bit of miscommunication from the two South Africans, but they will come away with the free hit on the sideline. A bit too direct here. You'd look to transfer the ball as there's plenty of space on the other side. Now Gates looking for the short corner. umpire deems that it's come off the United States stick, not the foot. It will be a long corner to South Africa. Once again, D'Souza on the ball. Nice little interplay from the South Africans as they look to fire a ball in, but unfortunately just misses the ball there. Gates now showing her strength down this right-hand side of the field. It's really been a great season for some of these South African ladies. Gates, one of them, playing at their home club as they play here for the ladies' second side, winning their league this year. They'll be very happy with their performance and be happy to be playing on their home turf in front of this lovely crowd that we have here supporting both teams. We see you on the live stream as well, so please do let us know who you're supporting, friends, family, and your country. As South Africa now just lose the ball down the right-hand side. United States coming away with it. Can Frick get there? The danger player. She's chasing it down. It will unfortunately just run over the baseline there. It will be a hit to the South Africans on the sideline. South Africans now looking to transfer the ball. Great ball into the circle. Unfortunately, just hitting the foot there of Volp. South Africa coming away with the free hit through Debbie Gates. Now to Baker. Once again to Gates. Finding herself in some space here. Looking for the through ball in to Richardson, but unfortunately she just couldn't get there. It will be a 16 to the United States. Once again, a bit of miscommunication from United States as they now concede the ball to South Africa, who come away with it down the right-hand side. Lovely bit of play from the South Africans. This is what we wanted earlier on in the players. Now Gillian Briggs on the ball, finds her counterpart in Richardson. Gates down the left-hand side. Couple big tackles. Shots come in. Great save from the keeper. Falls kindly for the South Africans as they now look to once again get a D-entry. They do win the free hit. South Africa moving the ball 5 early here, looking for their D-entry. Find it. Can they find anything from the bottom left baseline? And they do find a foot. It will be another short corner for the South Africans. The third one of the game for them. They'll be looking to extend their lead here. United States, after conceding those 2 goals, their heads seem to have dropped slightly. South Africa really dominating this first part of the second quarter here. South Africa once again lining up with 2 castles at the top of the D. Missed trap there. It's still with them though as the shot comes in. Finds a foot. It will be a reward. South Africa. From the top, the ball comes in, the push is good, stop is good. Debbie Gates plays a bit of a zigzag variation. Unfortunately, just conceding the free hit there. South Africans thinking it's their ball after it appears to have hit a United States foot, but the United States do come away with it. Seems as if we're going to have a card here for the captain of South Africa. No, it is not. Not too sure of the number there. I'll confirm that for you in a minute. But South Africa now, with the 2-minute suspension, it is the number 7 of Gillian Briggs who gets the card. So South Africa will be playing with 10 players on the park now as the captain Gates showing some great skills, but unfortunately umpire deeming that to be a stick block. I'm not sure how you are supposed to play with the ball and change directions, but that will be one to take up with the umpires after the game. United States come away with it now. Great ball in to Frick. Finds herself in some space in the midfield. No one forward for the United States. Just once again getting caught up. Couple players running away from the ball, looking to stretch the field, but no one is posting up or making themselves available for the ball carrier. And she's left with no options but to just pump it into the middle. And now South Africa once again. Gates finds Baker down the right-hand side, looking for something. Wins the free hit outside. Leroux. Crash ball comes in. Well picked up by Koto. She now looks to find some space on the outside. Unfortunately, South Africa do come away with the free hit. So with South Africa now in the right-hand corner as they're looking to find something there. Once again, you'd like to see an attempt of a transfer, as we see Loftus now carrying the ball. Great piece of skill. The ball comes in. Unfortunately, just being deemed dangerous by the umpire. United States will come away with it now. Courteau finds Smith on the right-hand side. Now the danger man, Frick. Dispossessed in the midfield by the South Africans as they come away with it. The scramble defense of the South Africans has been really on top form today. Any sort of counter that the United States have had has been quickly shut down by the likes of Baker and D'Souza, really showing their strength at the back. Now the shot comes in from South Africa. Does not hit the target. It will be a 16. Once again, no real passing options for the United States as they get close to the D. Forced to fire the shot in from an awkward angle on the right-hand side. Well picked up now by the United States once again. Frick on the ball. Looking for something. Dispossessed by Loftus with a great tackle on top D. Briggs on the field once again. Unfortunately, just couldn't find her left wing counterpart there as the ball once again rolling down that slope that we talk about when you just can't get to the ball in time. It seems as if it's running away from you. Wacko for the United States on the ball. Sets her, finding herself in some space on the left-hand side. Big hit comes into the midfield. Well picked up by the South Africans. Briggs to D'Souza. To Leroux, apologies. Fires it to DeMarso, but unfortunately dispossessed. South Africa do come away with the hit though. Umpire just blowing up the United States for a couple stick tackles there. The goal scorer now, Briggs, finds LaRue. LaRue finds a foot there. Briggs on the ball. No options for her. She cracks one into the D, but takes a deflection off the United States stick. Does fall kindly for the South Africans. Briggs once again on the ball, but just loses that one. Umpire deeming to be a bit of backstick. Now Wacko on the ball. She'll be looking to transfer here, as the United States have shown great strength in that. As she does so, finds some space on the right-hand side. Smith looking for the ball. She finds it. Great pressure from Debbie Gates there, the captain, and well turned over by the South Africans now as they find numbers up. Number 5, Damaso on the ball at top D. Keeper once again stepping out, and a short corner is awarded for a foot from Marina Wynn from the United States. The 5th one awarded to the South Africans in this half. They haven't scored a goal from a short corner yet. They'll be looking to change those stats here. Maria Kiesling really showing her intent, coming off her line fairly early. It does leave her exposed at the back as the ball comes out from South Africa. Good stop. Shot comes in. Saved from Kiesling once again, as United States do have numbers up here. If they can find a pass into the midfield fairly soon, unfortunately that overhead not being high enough to clear some heads. As South Africa once again through the middle. Well picked up by Frick. Now through Setzer. Finds Capanera looking for a pass into the midfield. Once again left with no options. Well picked up by LaRue. Setzer on the ball. Big hit comes into the middle. Lots of double turnovers here from both teams, as possibly fatigue setting in here with just 3 minutes left on the clock. Now South Africa, Abbott on the ball. Great lead from a couple of her strikers, giving her options. Briggs looking up. No one's home. She decides against the straight poke into the D. South Africa with the free hit once again. Ball comes into the D. Misses a few players, but it will be a 16 to the United States. Once again, a lovely transfer from the United States. Lots of space up the line if the forward can get in front of the South African defender, but unfortunately she couldn't. That's a great little step from, it appears to be Michelle Hoban from South Africa. A lovely overhead thrown. Missed by Wacko. Falls kindly for Abbott. Unfortunately, she just couldn't get a hold of that one. United States do come away with it. Sets on the ball. Finds her centre back. Just not picked up by LaRue there. Possession will still be with the United States. Sets it. Looking for a midfield pass. Finds one. Now United States once again coming down the middle of the field. Looking for the free hit. Does get one. Now we see a nice setup for the United States here. Setzer carrying the ball, just getting dispossessed. You'd look to possibly find an earlier pass there, but Frick making lovely tackle there as she tracked back all the way from the 23-meter area. Really once again showing how she controls the midfield of this United States team. A linchpin as Abbott unfortunately just pops the ball around her defender. Couldn't get on the end of it. It will be a 16 for the United States. With its 20 seconds left on the clock, we've had definitely two modes for the United States. They started off with a great pace in the first quarter, putting the South Africans under plenty pressure, moving the ball nicely, building up phases, getting entries in the right places. But now the South Africans showing their dominance in the rest of the first half. South Africans scoring 2 goals through penalty strokes. Gillian Briggs, the goal scorer. Join us after the break for the second half in this matchup between South Africa and United States, where South Africa lead 2-0, 2 goals to 0. See you after the break.
We are fascinated by the mindsets and the habits that make individuals and teams perform at another level. Let us be your thought partners and transformational coaches. Are you part of a team and you are wanting to gain insight into what ingredients need to be in the mix to take your team to a whole new level of performance? Partner with us. We want to be your transformational coaches.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room, thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation, and about training and improving those skills, looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. Thehockeysite.com. Share the knowledge.
That waiting for the gun, the nerves are just too much, thinking about what is about to go down.
And there goes the horn to start the race.
No, I think it's really amazing. And now the whole setup and people are dressed up.
We're giving something, I think, to the people that's just fantastic.
The support on the side of the road is second to none, and that gives you the extra oomph.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery is beyond what I could imagine. I seriously enjoyed it. I met so many wonderful people on the way.
Really enjoying Cape Town. People seem to really appreciate artwork here, which is really nice.
Come and visit Cape Town. We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. This will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone, not just in Cape Town, but around the country and the world.
And he takes the tape.
Cape Town is open, safe, and ready to host you.
Welcome back to this classic clash here between the United States and South Africa in the women's over 55 category. South Africa taking the lead by 2-0 through 2 penalty stroke conversions, one without a keeper from the United States, as the keeper Kiesling was given a 5-minute yellow card suspension for a bad tackle on the South African striker. The United States showing early signs of dominance in the first quarter, but tailed off, and the South Africans now really showing their strength as the United States find some space down the left-hand side of the D. Couple of stick tackles there, but the umpire does blow in the South Africans' favor. The sun setting here in Cape Town. As you can see, all the shadows have gone. It is definitely, the temperature has definitely dropped a good few degrees. The ladies now will start to feel this cold, looking to rotate the bench more often as South Africa come away with it down the left-hand side. Lovely bit of interplay between Damasio and it appears to be Jenkinson, but unfortunately United States come away with it now. With some space in the midfield is Galija, still on the ball, pops the ball through into the circle, no one's there to collect it. A big blow from the umpires, just warning the United States once again about those harsh tackles, asking them to keep their hands off the opponent's back when making the tackle. South Africa now with the transfer. Speculative ball into the D, well managed by the number 14 of Shankland. Still with South Africa as they just find a foot. It will be a United States free hit. Ball comes into the circle, takes a deflection. It will be a long corner. United States now with some space. Shot comes in. And a hit out is awarded for the shot being dangerous. Once again, we're seeing a bit more dominance here from the United States ladies. This is what we saw in the beginning of the first quarter. Promising signs for the ladies in blue. Looking for the big transfer. Frick on the ball now. Does well to get away with that one. Decides to send it out to Courteau, the centre back. Great patience shown from the United States here. Just holding possession, moving the ball between their halves. Unfortunately, that one is turned over in the midfield by Briggs. As now South Africa down the left-hand side is the number 5 of Damaso. Looking for Abbott. Fires the ball through for Schwartz to fetch. Unfortunately, she doesn't get on the end of that one. It will be a free hit to the United States. Oh, a bouncing ball for Wacker there. She's not happy with that from the number 8 of Christine Courteau. You've got to be accurate in those sort of areas. The ball has to be flat along the ground especially across the face of goal, as South Africa now on the attack down the right-hand side. Looking for the direct ball in. It comes, takes a deflection off a foot. It will be another hit for the South Africans. Briggs with the ball on the right of the D. Shot comes in, unfortunately, just wide. Great bit of advantage shown by the umpire there to give South Africa the chance to have the shot. And it does unfortunately go wide, and it will be United States 16. As they come away with it down the left-hand side. Just mistrapped there by Galija. Great overhead thrown to the right wing of South Africa. Unfortunately, just couldn't pick that one up. Overhead is definitely a crucial skill that teams have used throughout the week, whether getting out of a sticky defensive situation or using it tactically to find some space in the corners of the field. It has been a great skill that we've seen as now the South Africans come through Schwalst on the left-hand side. Hit comes in, lifted by Frick. South Africa will get the free hit. Inside wide now for South Africa as they look for something down the right-hand side. They do not find anything. It looks like we've had a stick contact to the head here. The umpires will just stop time to make sure that everyone is okay. They are calling for the medics. Let's hope it's not too serious. Seems to have just been a stick collision with the head there. We've seen a great game here now with the United States definitely showing some flair in the beginning of the second half, coming back at the South Africans who were definitely dominant towards the end of the first two quarters. We just have a breakage in play here as the United States players just helped off the field after having a stick contact to the face. Let's hope she is okay and has a quick recovery. We will start off with a United States free hit through the captain of Wacko. As players about to get underway here, the umpires just making sure that they are ready. And we're back underway as Wacko sends it around the back. United States down the right-hand side finding some space, but unfortunately that one just being raised slightly. South Africa will come away with the free hit as they now would look to transfer the ball here. It doesn't seem to be too many options forward. Great tackle by Frick as she takes heavy stick contact from the number 18 of Richardson. United States now on the attack through Galija down the left-hand side. Great tuck in from her. Just unfortunately running away from the ball, running away from her on that occasion. But now the captain of South Africa, Debbie Gates, showing her speed. Great passage of play for them as they look to counter now down the right-hand side. Ball comes in, but unfortunately just mistrapped by the South Africans there. Great bit of skill. She was looking possibly for the one-time deflection in between her legs, just didn't really get a hold of that one. The ball now still with the United States. Great ball through for them. Unfortunately, once again, just struggling to get the connection between the midfielders and the forwards of the United States, possibly because there's too much of a gap between them. The forwards really looking to stretch the field. The links looking to find smaller passes deeper to the back four, and that results in a bit of a gap in the midfield. As we see once again, the United States looking for a big ball up the middle, couldn't find one. Couple double turnovers once again as South Africa do come away with it. Great overhead chucked by Hoban into space, finds the captain of Gates. Mistraps, but Abbott was there to the rescue. Ball comes into the circle, takes a touch, falls favorably for the South Africans. Great work by Kiesling, the keeper there, as they now come away with it down the right hand side. Just Smith putting it on her own foot there, opting to play a bit of football down this right hand side. As now Abbott looking for the ball into the midfield, couldn't find one. There's numbers and space for Gulija now, who slows the ball down, just allows her United States strikers and links to catch up, get ahead, giving her passing options. But once again, the United States players just running away from the ball carrier. Just out of picture there, you can't see, but there's no options as all the United States players' backs are turned to the ball carrier as they look to stretch the field, but just couldn't create an option for the ball carrier. Great British skills shown there from Smith as she continues her run down the right-hand baseline. Oh, that one has gone straight into the knee of the number 2 for South Africa, Michelle Hoban. She looks to be in a lot of pain there. The good old walk it off seems to have done the trick, as we are back on the way here. United States moving at 5, not too many options down in this right hand corner. We'll probably look to find the transfer. There's plenty of space down on the other side of the field. Ball comes in for South Africa. Scrap around P-spot. A lovely finish from the United States, as she, the number 12 of Gulija, with a bit of individual skills around P-spot area, tucks it from right to left onto her back stick, lets it roll up her stick and just pops it over the South African keeper. A great finish from Carol Gulija there from the United States, which brings her team back into the game. A big stick tackle from the South Africans there, and it will be a green card. It is the United States, my apologies. In Smith, getting a green card. It will be another 2-minute suspension for the United States, as they do come away with it through Marina Wynn, as she looks to find her counterpart in Frick. Couple of double turnovers once again, but United States do come away with it. Loose ball into the midfield, picked up by Briggs. Find some space on the right hand side there. It should be a South African free hit. It is. Briggs on the ball. The captain Wacko for the United States. Great bit of individual skills there, threading it through the legs of the captain of Debbie Gates. Onto her foot, they will come away with the free hit. Wacko sends it back. Round for the United States. Decides on against the transfer, but finding some space in the midfield now of the United States. Great tackle from Briggs there. Frick with the double turnover. Now she finds herself in a bit of space. You'd like to see the number 2 of Honor just running slightly towards Frick, giving her a bit of options, as we see once again Frick getting stuck in the midfield with no options forward. Does win the free hit for her side though. Frick once again on the ball. Moving at 5. Plenty of numbers in for the United States. Frick looking for options. Fires one in eventually. Picked up by the number 11 of Caponera. Dispossessed. And she is looking for the free hit. A big shove from the South African player there. And it will be a free hit just outside the D for the United States. Frick once again on the ball. With just over 3 minutes left in this third quarter, United States will be looking to convert. Here, Wacko now on the ball. Fires one in. Takes a South African deflection. It will be a long corner. Once again, the captain Wacko looking for an option. Very little movement in the outside the D from the United States. Wacko is forced to take the ball on a run. Looks for the direct ball in. Couple shots coming in. It is a short corner awarded to the United States. The second one of the game for them. In a game where we've seen both sides having dominant patches, this is definitely a passage of dominance for the United States as they find themselves at the top of the D, looking to level the scores with just over 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Let's see what they have from the top of the D. As the trap is slightly a miss there, United States forced to take it out. Big shove on the back of a Frick from the South African keeper. The umpire just not seeing that one. That will be a 16 to the South Africans. An unconverted short corner from the United States there. United States just asking that the hit be taken in the correct place. As South Africa come away with it down the right-hand side, looking for the free hit, but unfortunately that one is deemed to be over the line as the number 27 of Maria Wynn comes down the right-hand side, looking for her counterpart in Caponera. Doesn't find her as the ball just runs over the baseline. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. South Africans will just look to slow the ball down here, regain their composure after being under attack for quite some time from the United States now, as they look to move the ball up the right-hand channel. Long ball comes in. Picked up by Courtois for the United States. Finds herself under a lot of pressure on that bottom right-hand corner. Now the captain, Debbie Gates. Finds a bit of space for the South Africans, but unfortunately that one does roll over the baseline. It will be a 16. With just 23 seconds left on the clock here. United States played quickly through Wacko. Plenty of space on the right-hand side if they can get the ball here. Lovely transfer from the United States as they find some space in the midfield. Well picked up by the number 3 of Loftus, who clears for the lines. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter in this matchup between the United States and South Africa, where we've seen a dominant third quarter from the United States, scoring their only one and only goal of the game so far. The score remains South Africa 2, United States 1. Join us after the break for what promises to be a cracking final quarter in this Pool B clash between the United States and South Africa in the over 55s category. The final quarter here in this Pool B clash between the United States and South Africa, where South Africa lead the game by 2-1. South Africa definitely being the dominant side in the first half, but United States coming back with fire in the third quarter, scoring their first goal, as they'll look now to get on the score sheet once again to level the scores. The number 11 now of Caponera with the ball, winning the free hit for her side, as United States flood numbers into the D. The danger player Frick once again on the ball, finding a foot. Once again will come away with it. Takes it quickly. Ball comes in, that will be lifted, and a South African hit is awarded. South Africa with the big hit out to the captain of Debbie Gates. Can they get numbers forward here? Lovely bit of interplay from the South Africans. Looking for the connection once again. Unfortunately, couldn't find one. Great defensive work there from Christine Courteau from the United States, as she turns the ball over and wins the free hit for her country. The captain Wacko on the ball. Sends it out to Courteau, who looks to fire one up the line. Picked up by South Africa as they now have possession. Once again, giving it away to the United States. That has been a feature of the third quarter for the South Africans, not holding possession for long enough. Not holding possession as long as they'd like, giving the ball away to the United States fairly easily, and just letting them come at the South African goals. But credit must be shown to the United States for really dominating that third quarter, both physically and skills-wise, as they now transfer the ball down to the right-hand side, which has shown as a strength for them. Unfortunately, just couldn't link up with the number 2 of Tony Honor on the right wing. Mattingly on the ball, dispossessed by the United States. Plenty of space forward for them. Mattingly winning the free hit. The United States not too happy with that call. United States looking for the aerial. Unfortunately, just couldn't get over the South African defensive line. As now Swels comes forward with the ball, finds Debbie Gates, the captain. Big whistle from the umpire on from the tackle from Frick there. She's already been warned with a green card early on in the first quarter, as the South Africans now down the right-hand side. Ball in. Keeper forced to make the save. Forced kindly for South Africa. They still have space. Another shot comes in. Well defended from Feta from the United States. getting a stick to that, and it will be a 16. A big chance going to miss from the South Africans there. They'll be disappointed with that to not get anything out there, but credit must go to the United States defensive unit as they now look to outlet down the right-hand side. Big hit comes in, picked up by Briggs in the midfield. Finds Loftus with some space. Now with Debbie Briggs. Debbie Gates, my apologies. Loftus on the ball. Numbers in, looking forward. Takes a deflection. Still with South Africa, and shot comes away. Great save from the keeper. Scrap in the D, and a free hit to the United States is the outcome. Once again, South Africa now looking a lot more threatening in this final quarter than they did earlier in the half. Showing a lot more energy on the press. As I say that, they turn the ball over and looking for the player in the D, but unfortunately no one's there. Well picked up by the number 8 of Courteau as she's looking for a pass. Finds Mina down the left-hand side. Dispossessed by Swalst as she finds Mattingly to Briggs. Great pass from her all the way out onto the right-hand side of the field. Dispossessed though by Honor. United States once again just getting caught in that midfield, not having too many passes available. You'd like to see when they get on the counter just to have someone post up, stay close to the ball, be the option for them. United States now on the attack down the left-hand side. Caponera giving chase to that one, but it's just running away from her. Great aerial thrown here from the South Africans. Finds their centre forward. Unfortunately, well picked up by the United States as they now come away with possession down the right-hand side. Great little play from Smith as she finds the captain in Wacko. Wacko presented with a brilliant front three South African press. Forced to fire the ball all the way back to Feta on the right-hand side. Nice passage of play from the US now as they go. Honor finds Gulija in a bit of space on the right-hand side. Loftus looking for the tackle there, but unfortunately conceding the hit to the lady in blue. Plenty of support shown here from both sides as this game heads towards the end. It's definitely going to go down to the wire. South Africa come away with it now. Down the left-hand side. Can they find the inside ball to the captain Gates? Finds the foot of Frick, who knocks the ball away. A cynical action, and it will be another card for the United States. And it is an upgrade as Frick has been given a green card already. She will get a yellow. A 5-minute suspension for the danger player of Frick, as South Africa now will play with 5 minutes with one player up. Finding on another foot once again. They'll look to change the channel here, use the space on the right-hand side of the field due to them being a man up. Plenty of space now for the South Africans around the back, but they decide against it, looking to force the ball down the channel. Doesn't work for them. United States come away with it. Big tackle in the midfield. Mina on the ball. Lovely bit of play there. Unfortunately, wasn't picked up by Setzer. It's lovely to see her back on the field after having a stick collision with her head earlier in the game. It looks as if she's been patched up with some plasters and she is back in action here. The South Africans now looking to outlet down the right hand side. Takes a deflection from the United States player. It will be South African free hit on the line. Once again, South Africa just not looking to transfer the ball when they've got plenty of space just out of shots on the left-hand side here. Obviously, with the United States player having a 5-minute suspension, there's a man down, and it's generally on the help side, what we call the opposite side to which the ball is on. As now the South Africans with a full press, well outletted from the United States as they find themselves in some space down this right-hand side of the field. Lovely turn from Smith as she's dispossessed in the midfield by Loftus. Fires it forward, no one home. It does take a deflection. It will be a long corner restart for the South Africans. Definitely the South Africans looking more dangerous now in this final quarter. Just stringing passes together, holding the ball on attack for longer periods of play. Umpire just asking that Briggs takes that in line with where the infringement was. Briggs looking to move at 5. Finds Hoban on the right hand side looking for her right wing. Doesn't find her, but does come away with the free hit to Briggs. Once again, we've seen her pump a few into the D. Will this be another one? It is. Takes a deflection. It will be. Umpires just having a bit of deliberation. The South Africans seem to think that they have scored that, are running back to the halfway line, celebrating. But United States happy to play on. 16 was awarded, meaning that the umpires deemed that there was no touch inside the D from any South African or the United States players. And a 16 was awarded, but now Debbie Gates once again on the attack down the right hand side. No one forward inside the D. Does find DeMarco on the right hand side baseline looking for an upgrade. Finds a foot, and it will be the 6th short corner for the South Africans. After in their minds just being robbed by a goal earlier on in this passage of play, they'll be looking to extend their lead here. The South Africans lining up on top D. It looks like the number 2 of Hoban once again getting ready on second castle. It goes to the captain for South Africa. A great stick save from Kiesling from the United States as the captain of Debbie Gates takes it onto a back stick, looking for the bottom corner finish. But Kiesling denying any chance of that with a full stretch dive out to her right hand side, getting a stick on that lovely shot by Gates as South Africa come away with the ball on top D. Ball comes in to the D. Once again the keeper Kiesling forced to make a save. South Africa winning a free hit just outside now. Briggs on the ball, sends it out to Loftus. Ball comes in, takes another deflection off the United States stick. It will be a long corner once again. United States now back to numbers as Frick has served her suspension of 5 minutes. We're back to 11 v 11 here. Briggs Fires it down to the bottom right-hand corner. South Africa with another D entry, looking for an upgrade. Along the baseline, still in a scrap there, and a short corner is awarded. The ball just being trapped underneath the keeper for the United States of Kiesling there. It will be a short corner awarded to the South Africans. The 7th one of the game for them. They'll be looking to convert one of these, as they have yet to convert a goal from the top of the D, as they once again look to set up with 2 castles. Once again, South Africa lining up on top of the D. It looks like Debbie Gates on castle 1 and Hoban on castle 2. Injection comes out. Stop is good. Gates running with the ball. Shot comes in. Great save from the United States keeper. Once again, it is deemed that it took a South African deflection. And a 16 will be awarded. Now, United States through Caponera down the left-hand side. Finds Gulija, who is just dispossessed by Hoban there in the midfield. Still comes away of the United States. Looking for Frick in the middle. South Africa do come away with it. The backstick comes in, just couldn't find the number 10 of Bridget Jenkinson. It will be a free hit to the United States. Time has stopped. Not too sure what for. Oh, the United States are taking off their keeper. This time, she's not going off with a card or a suspension. The United States playing with 11 field players, looking to get extra numbers in the D to try and level this game up with just 2 minutes left. A must-win for both sides. Just a bit of confusion about where the free hit has been taken. The United States now with 11 field players. It looks like for now they've committed an extra one into the midfield, so they'll be playing with 4 players opposed to the South African 3. That is where the overlap will come. Couple of appeals for that ball from both sides, but the umpire does give it away of the South Africans with just 2 minutes left. The South Africans in no rush to get this ball back to where it crossed the line. South Africa with the free hit through Hoban. Throws it up the line with an overhead. Well picked up by the United States in Mina, as she finds Smith in the midfield. Arte Corto finds the captain. No one around in 5 meters there, so she is allowed to get away with that one. Ball comes down the middle for the United States. Unfortunately, the number 2 of Honor just couldn't get on the end of that one. It will be a United States hit on the line here, as it looks to a South African hit, apologies, on the line. United States committing all their players forward here to try and turn this ball over. You'd think an overhead would come, it does. Smith misses it, Mina picks it up. Back into the midfield for Smith, who's looking to change the channel. Briggs with the tackle. Smith not happy with that call, does get the hit. United States rushing now. The ball comes firing into the D. Unfortunately, Honor just not picking that one up. South Africa once again with 30 seconds left on the clock will look to just slow this one down to see out the end of the game. As they now move the ball to the right-hand side. Frick chasing it down. Ball just rolling over the sideline there. United States with 8 seconds on the clock, looking to fire one into the D. No one home for them. Ball comes into the D, outletted safely by South Africa with 1 second, and that is the game. As a massive roar of appeal comes from the crowds here at the Western Province Cricket Club in the final game of the evening, where South Africa take the win over the United States by 2-1 in what was a cracker. Both sides having passages of ups and passages of downs, but South Africa do come away with it in this clash, Pool B clash, where both teams needed a win heading into the playoffs. South Africa once again taking the win by 2-1 against the USA in what was an amazing show of talent from both sides. I hope you have enjoyed the commentary and the game so far. I hope you have a good evening, and we'll see you back for some more action tomorrow.